he let me know, I'll try to fill that void for you. I really felt that from this horse. It's like they sense that I have this loss, and they do too. It's their herd. You know, it's a member of their herd.
Yeah.
And I just felt like Cabby was saying, I'll step up for you. So I got maybe a new profile picture with a new horse that I can introduce to my social
Did you
media.
have to meditate into this process of knowing which horse it was going to be? Because last time we were talking, did you already know that was going to be the horse for you? Because I thought that
No.
you were questioning what your...
Yeah, because Cabby is white also. He's a white Arabian. He's a male. And he's like the class clown of the herd. And I didn't know if he could step up and be, you know, serious for me when I need it. But he just like volunteered himself. He was so sweet. So he may be able to help fill that void.
Yeah.
It was very, very difficult for me to lose that horse. I probably could have lost the other 6. And if I still had that horse, I would have been okay. Because I just loved that one so much.
Aww.
Really hard for me.
So Laura, both of you have been dealing with some stuff that has really shaken your world in the stuff that's happening, and just a big shift in life. So I'm going to bring love and warmth around your space through meditation. And I want to bring to life your soul and your spirit and the divine you to step in the space of light and beauty and have some rest through this journey tonight. And give yourself the space to have a really good evening. And hopefully this will extend out to your week, so we can go through that for you. Yeah. And this is our triad. When there's a space where you want to say something, well, crap, I'm having a hard day. Well, I'm having a great day because this and this happened. Throw a text. We love to hear the good stuff too. I know that the struggle sometimes is like, that's what this group is about. But anything we can celebrate, oh my gosh, that will help lift everybody. Because we have lots of stressors, and with things like this, with Grandma passing on, with Laura not knowing that her horse was going to get sick because her horse was very healthy, had an issue with something and left way soon than what she really was, what everybody was expected. Put your feet onto your ground and give yourself a moment. We've been talking more up here in the head, and so we've been able to handle some of the emotions that go along with this. But I want you to connect in with your heart in the most positive way in bringing our energy together, and the love you're learning to have as we grow into this connection, knowing that your thyroid journey is not what everybody goes through. And as we learn about your unique journey, since it's such an individual space, that we get to know each other at a deeper level. And triad is good. There's so much power in bouncing off and knowing that there's a spirituality thing when you start looking at what number 3 means. But it means that it can't be divided. It makes it stronger than just 2 people being together. So let that be your strength and your platform of how you can go into your heart and be happy tonight. Your inhale is going to come in, opening up space through the mind, the heart, to your hips, your feet, opening up your circulation. Your next exhale is relieving anything that you currently can feel in the body that is not serving you tonight. What we're going to dance with tonight is the word love, energy, light, vibrancy, vitality. We'll connect with your food. Breathe that in. With all those words, we need that scrumptious, lovely food that brings life and energy to every flow, every pocket in our body, every thought gets created. You're ready to exhale your next round. Sit and allow your space to be held with your chair. Notice how your spine is resting more. So it's taken care of. So your body is resting and allowing the flow to open up all through the body. Take your heart in your hands and carry it as if that is just the loveliest thing. Allow it to have wings. And you're bringing your butterfly thyroid out to dance around it. And bring your color to it. See the vitality of the energy. On your next inhale, feel the flutter of the butterfly and the air around you to clear, and the oxygen. And holding that heart so it's so much there for you. You know it's delicate, but it's also very strong. And you're looking at it and saying, gosh, thank you for allowing me to have these relationships through pure love. And put that heart back into place, into your chest. Open up your shoulders in a way that's different now. The heart is there. You gave it some love. You feel the warmth. Acknowledge it once you put that heart back in its beautiful place. And your thyroid is ready to show off. So the butterfly is dancing. We're ready to talk. We're ready to speak our truth. Do a big cycle of your inhale, exhale. Your last portion of your exhale, bring your thyroid so that it's connected with your vocals back into place. Now you have the community and the connection of your heart and your vocals. And as your vocals open up, notice that your throat relaxes. No shyness, the presence of the love that's happening for you right now. Maria and Laura, I'm going to have you speak about yourself and what that means connected with love. When I start visualizing love and the connection to who I am, it's very different than it was a month ago, than it was a year ago, and so on. And so it doesn't matter what stage you're in, so take anything out of judgment and expectation. And that connection is the healing of your thyroid as the acceptance happens. When I look within myself, I'm so proud of myself for being able to see my energy and how I'm proud of the personal journey that I stepped into for myself and unveiling how much I wasn't doing for myself. And now I get to truly speak in pure authenticity of my thyroid journey. So what I want for you, Laura and Maria, as you're breathing this in, is I want you to think about, take away any judgment of I could be or I should be, and create the love space for yourself in your journey of your thyroid, of what you are so proud of right now. And so bring some light to some words for yourself, for your journey. And Laura, if you could share some things you're very proud of for yourself. And your thyroid is about speaking your truth, about things you may have stepped in for deeper self-care. So take the judgment out for yourself. You see the good. What are you loving on right now for yourself?
I am really loving on my home and the space that I have here. And I love that you said take out judgment because, you know, I can look at the things that need to be done. But on the other hand, I had people in my home. I had 5 people here this weekend. And they're some of them are VIP people in quite a few circles. And yet they came here and they've been here before. And one of them said, this is the only place besides my own home that I feel so refreshed and renewed that when I go home after traveling, after having been to your home, I feel so good and rested. And I just accepted that compliment. I really did.
And tell me if I'm understanding this, Laura. It's easy when somebody gives you a compliment like that your mind can go elsewhere. Well, I wish I would have done this for them or that. It would have been better. That other side that can happen. When you said that, I could feel there was light in me, and I could feel the pureness of allowing yourself that joy to accept it.
Yeah, I just did. I just believed her.
Yes.
And also her husband, we have some hammocks set up that people can get in and lay in outside. And I overheard him say, him and another guy was in 2 of the hammocks out in behind our house. And I overheard him say, there's just something so amazing just laying here and looking up at the trees and looking up at the branches and seeing the sky through the trees. And it just, it just warmed my heart. They don't even know I heard him say that. I just happened to be walking by. It just made me so happy because sometimes I only look at stuff that needs to be done at my house, and you know, grapes that need to be trimmed and roses that need trimming, and sometimes I just see that. And and my friends will come here sometimes and say, I bet you just come out here every day and so say, oh my gosh, I'm so lucky to live here. Look at this garden. And when when this person said this, I went, oh yeah. Because I had been looking at it like, oh my gosh, there's weeds in there. I got to get those out, you know. Instead of looking at the garden, I was looking at the weeds.
So tell me ahas with that, Laura. The first thing is I know how you really like to please and you want everything to look perfect, whatever that means for your mind. And then you're, I'm hearing, if that's truthful, that when they were saying the good stuff to you, that it went to your heart and you gave yourself a chance to breathe that in.
Yes, I did. And I wasn't hard on myself, and I didn't try to point out anything negative and try to correct their view with any kind of negative observations. I just let it be. I just listened to them, and I just said, I am so glad that you feel that way. It's just able to accept it.
Here's our next step. So in your vocals, you said negative because of saying that negative. Well, I could be saying this, and how that restricts. It's like tight. So when you were breathing that in and allowing that, how are you feeling with your flow through your body by this new stage or new acceptance?
You know, it gave me an increased appreciation for just the loveliness of things around me, and permission to notice those and not be so hard on myself about what's not done. You know, the pile of laundry that I've hidden in the back bedroom and things like that.
It's all big pile, you know, like but do you find that that's the flow in your body too, with when you have more of the positive instead of the negative building up?
It increased my happiness. It did. It increased my happiness so much. And this sweet group that came, they knew that I had lost a horse. They have been here before and seen that horse and spent time with that horse. And they had a picture painted of her and me. And they chose this special moment to present me with this little painting of my horse and myself. It was so sweet.
That means that you've touched them then too.
Such beautiful spirits that you're working with too, that are coming onto your land to be so respectful and wanting to give back to you.
Yeah.
Wow. How about for you, Maria, with your love and your vocals and your journey?
I would say love for myself, as far as like my image, my body image. Be so
Let's go there.
Negative about myself, looking at myself and not wanting pictures of myself, and I don't know if it's also because of my grandma's passing, and one of my good friends just passed away as well. And it's you know, these are the moments, and you know, I need to not be so caught up in how I look all the time. You know, my body is what it is, and I try to keep it healthy, and you know, this is what God gave me. And as long as it stays healthier on the inside, then I'm just more accepting of it, I guess. And I don't look at myself and be like, ugh, you know, I don't like the way I look.
What
positive.
I want Laura to tell you some things that she caught on with our last discussion. You need to hear that. But what I want to give some light for you is that you are displaying changes. And it's hard, first off, where your beginnings are and how a body is expected to look. And how you've cleared a lot of that. And then with you in the thyroid journey and knowing that that increased how much you were carrying, because it's your full flow. So you're going to find everywhere that just increased. But it doesn't mean that you look the same as you did a month ago. So it's hard to see it because you are going through your journey and learning that you're going through your journey and knowing that this beautiful soul in here is healing more and more, but it's displaying the outside. So Laura, would you please share with her the beauty that you said about Maria when we got a chance to talk? Because Laura was here at the ranch and she was hoping to see you, and we knew that even with Laura's schedule, I didn't think it was going to happen, but so it didn't, and it's like we didn't have any expectation. But please share with Maria.
Oh my gosh. I mentioned, because I hadn't seen you we kind of missed a couple of weeks in connecting. And then I saw you and I said, oh my gosh, she has grown in beauty and light. And I had seen kind of like when you haven't seen somebody for a while, or even a child or a plant or something that's growing that you haven't seen for a while. And then you see it and it's like, oh my gosh, they've grown so much. And I really saw that with you, Maria. It's like, my goodness, you've really grown in light and beauty, and it was just amazing.
And the beauty in what she brought up was your hair and your shine. So what you are going to learn more through this process is that your body can look however you want it to look. The limitation is your clearing. Your clearing of all the healing from when you were young, your clearing of all the stuff from when you were young, and feeling the raw space of, we all have our times when we feel raw, that you'll come across that you'll think you look a certain way, and then you hear something what Laura says. And you're like, I didn't acknowledge it, and I thought my body wasn't changing. I just have to love my body the way it is. But you're not able to recognize those steps as they're going along. So it's more difficult when you're by yourself and nobody's giving you kudos.
Yeah, no, for sure. It means a lot. Thank you so much. It does.
Welcome.
And it's warming my heart right now, because what I am realizing is that there's a growth here for you, Maria. And do you feel that? That your body is changing in the vocabulary of, I am accepting who I am? Of course, because I would love for you to wake up in the morning and say, well, heck,
I know.
I get this beautiful body. And you're not looking like the magazines, because who the hell said?
Right.
But you have to come to that feeling of that.
Yeah.
Because you are Maria Pavich, not that you are this or that, but your mind is still, and that's your personal healing, and that's where you're going to get your more what makes you feel comfortable or uneasy, but you'll be speaking it more and more, because you'll say, I'm Maria Pavich, not looking at somebody and saying, well, they're looking at me because I look a certain way, and your mind can go that way, but you just wake up going, I'm Maria Pavich. This is who I am.
Yeah. And I need to love who I am.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of good things about the person that I am.
Even your physicality.
And that's what I
Your
have
physicality.
to, yeah. Yep. And I'm trying really just hard. I mean, I know life is stressful at times, but I think that's where I hold a lot is all the stress that I was doing. So, I mean, I may seem sometimes that I'm just kind of, just like, I just can't, I'm really, really trying hard not to allow things to stress me out. Because you know what? Life is too short. It's too short to be worried about things. And you know what, Laura? I used to be the same way. Ask Rhonda. My yard had to be perfect. My house had to be perfect. And you know what? I never got to just enjoy it. And it's like, my goodness, like it's kind of not worth all that stress, because in the same way, I would see the weeds, or I'd see something that needed to be pruned, and you have this beautiful environment around you that you look at it sometimes as work.
Yes.
That's how
It is. I can mistake my home for work instead of my home for my retreat and my place of peace and serenity. Sometimes I can mistake it for work.
Yeah. And Maria, I have heard you even speaking about your yard and saying, just like feeling the, as you're pulling weeds and like what that journey does for you, as you're going through it. And that was when you were in the spiritual process of enjoying it. And remember, and that's
how when I'm out there now, I'm just enjoying it. I'm loving it. I'm not feeling like, I have to hurry up and get this done because I got to go in and clean the house or laundry or whatever. It's just taking the moment to enjoy it and little bit by a little bit, not everything all at once.
And anxiety starts releasing once you're in the moment, instead of seeing all that I have to do stuff, but that I get to, and that you don't expect yourself to be done at a certain point. You just go, wow, that looks good. And you still may have some weeds or whatever, but you go, wow, it looks better than it did before. Now I'm going to go I want clearing in my house. So I'm going to go take care of laundry because I know this always makes me feel good. But the more that you can see the living in the presence is going to be, the more that you are going to have the thyroid flow as you don't feel your body being pinched. So remember when you were gone on your trip and you said how much weight you lost. And
that trip. It was a turnaround. And I hold on to that.
Yeah. And so to finish us off, I do want to give you some strategies, but I'm so appreciative that we finally got together. And Lord, with this evening, Laura Maria, please give me some nuggets that you can take from here to enjoy your evening, and that you can enjoy, and we can add some strategies for you in mindset, and so I know also what meditations to send you. What are some of the things that you feel there is some clearing that happened for you tonight?
Mine was just the meditation alone. When going into it, I just relaxed, like everything just relaxed. Like when you said, tell me something, I'm like, oh, I don't even know if I can because I'm so relaxed. And I needed that. Yeah.
And sometimes the wonderful thing is that we can overthink things too, but just all of a sudden, like, words will just start coming out. I never, truthfully, when I go out and I speak now, I don't really know what's going to happen. and so when we're together tonight, you may have felt that way where you just don't even know what's going to happen. You're just saying it, all of a sudden you're like watching yourself say stuff. So you'll, and that we are working on opening up your vocals so you don't have to work hard at thinking of, okay, I talk like this, or somebody just said this, now I need to say something to that. That you learn that once you open this up, that whatever comes out is what should come out. And when you don't overthink it, that you're just speaking your truth. And it could be something that odd comes out, but that's where you get your clearing also. How about for you tonight, Laura? Do you feel any healing as you're going through tonight?
Yes. I loved putting my feet on the ground. I'm semi outside right now. I'm in our pool room, which is like outside, but it has a roof over it. But it's cold, like outside. And so I took my shoes off and put my feet on the cement, and that is so grounding. Just putting your feet without shoes on.
Yeah.
That's very grounding. And when you said, this was just a minute ago, you said, I get to do that. I thought what a shift in attitude. Instead of I have to do it, I get to do it.
Yeah.
I loved that. And I'm going to use that. I'm going to make a poster of that. I get to do my laundry. I get to do this.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I have an injured ankle right now because I climbed up and did something risky. And I feel like I almost, on some kind of subconscious level, wanted to slow down.
I get you.
And I needed to slow down. I wanted to slow down. And I have no conscious thoughts about it, but I think I might have taken that risk and injured myself, so I would have to slow down.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And I don't even like to say that because it wasn't intentional. It wasn't at all.
Yeah.
But I cannot literally stand on my foot very long. I have to sit down and elevate my foot. And it feels,
Laura, you know that your health was speaking to that because you do need your heal. Well, now healing for your ankle, but you did need the healing after Singapore. There were so many things that you were doing that you still were doing in the space that you could have been, finding ways to relax more, but something inside you was keeping you busy.
Yes. I do have some guilt that I fight about relaxing. If there's something that needs to be done, I jump up and do it, like right in the middle of relaxing. Mm-hmm. So I have to be careful to really allow myself to relax and not have to be injured or sick to justify relaxing.
Can you speak to that in your journal this week?
Okay.
Because that is a big breakthrough of saying it. You're on the cusp of something there that is so eloquent in acknowledging it, saying it because it's embarrassing. You're saying it anyway.
It is embarrassing.
And Maria,
I think I would get like that with it's my anxiousness. I get like that a lot.
Then can you give yourself moments this week in speaking to the most wonderful positive thoughts you're having and things that surround your anxiousness? So you see the bipolar there? Things that are so wonderful happening, and the thoughts that come around your anxiousness so you can balance and not drop yourself into anything that doesn't serve you. But give yourself balance so it's not all negative. And that open space will allow you'll see, we'll talk about that. And so as we have been, we'll be doing check-ins by next Monday so we can keep the flow going. When you're looking at your food this week, I want you to eat like it's fall. More cooked stuff, looking at what's in season. Pumpkin play with pumpkin. It's very healing for your body. When you find yourself going towards food that's not serving you, go and put some notes to your journal, and then when you have time, go and connect that so you can have some breakthroughs with your food. Both you ladies know a lot about where I'm going with when I adjust your food, so we can get more structure to it truly in a couple weeks. But you already know what to do, and I'll be able to hear more when we meet up again in the structured space. But eat more seasonal.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah. So I'm giving you your guidance so that you can work with your internal guidance on that. Namaste, ladies.
Namaste.
Anything else I can do for you?
I'm good. Thank you, Maria, and thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you.
I recorded this whole thing. It'll be up and available, so if there's any nuggets you need, they're always here for you.
Oh, thank you.